theme tonight. I'm going to dump a lot of things on you tonight, so you got to walk through this with me and think fast. Please write this down. Understanding kingdom philosophy. Our focus is cultivating a kingdom belief system. Please write that statement down. Culminating. Am I getting this word right? Cultivating a kingdom belief system. I'm checking to see if you are listening. Cultivating a kingdom belief system. Say that with me. Cultivating a kingdom belief system. Every word is important. A belief system. Without a belief system, your concepts will be wrong. So everything begins with your belief system. Your belief system comes from your ideas that you have accepted as truth. Your ideas came from somewhere. So if the source of your ideas is corrupt, then your ideas are corrupt. Thus your belief system will be corrupt. So we're going to talk a little bit about philosophy and how that works. What's the source of philosophy? We'll talk about philosophy just a little bit. What's the source of philosophy? The source of philosophy is your original ideas. A precept is an original idea. I think we saw in our last session, and those who are watching us live, if you weren't a part of the first session I did, you would be at a disadvantage. So please get a copy of that CD. Those who came in a little late in this session, please get it. Okay. But precept is the most important component in life, because precept is the thought before the thought that gave the thought life. If you look at that word precept, it's actually a grammatical construct. What's a grammatical construct? It is a construction in language between two components. Pre, for example, is a prefix. A prefix is not a word. It is a stem in your grammatical studies that is added to a word. So if you took away pre, what do you have left? Sept. So sept is the word. We don't use that word anymore in our language, but the word sept actually means thought or idea. Sept means idea. Pre means before. It's a prefix, before. So when you see the word precept, it means the thought or the idea before the thought. In other words, there's something that created the idea. It is the original idea that made the idea. Difficult to explain. So that's what a precept is. You can't get lower than a precept. The precept then produces what we call a concept. Now keep in mind, the word is what? Sept. So what is the prefix? Con. Con means one. It means to come together. Con is the prefix. It means to come together. So if sept means thought, then concept means when your ideas come together. They become like a picture, a complete idea. It's called a concept. The concept then becomes what we call a thought. A thought, a complete thought. A thought then becomes what we call an ideology. Ideology has to do with your ideas that you have come to believe. You believe these ideas. Everybody in this class tonight have a belief system, and it came from the ideas that someone taught you. Whether your belief system is true or not depends on whether the source of your thoughts and your ideas were truth. So it's not what you know that's very important. What's more important is whether what you know is true. So your ideology could be wrong. Ideology then leads to what we call theology. Theo means God. It's the word for God. And ology means to know. So your theology is your belief about God. Theology could basically be defined as the study of God. The study of the ideas about God. Theology. Your theology comes from your ideology. Your theology then leads to something that is more powerful, and that is your philosophy. Philosophy means your way of thinking, your mentality. So when someone says they have a philosophical position on something, what they're saying is, this is my belief system about this thing. Now, belief system is very powerful. It's not just a belief. It's a system that you use. You feed everything else through it. It's a system. So someone tells you something, you put it in your system, and your system interprets it for you. That's why it's called a belief system. A system is a mechanism. So a belief system is simply a belief mechanism you use to interpret everything you see or hear. So if your philosophy is wrong, then everything that you hear or see or experience will go through that system. And whatever comes out is your lifestyle. Do you see how important this is? Each one of you have that system. And you got it from somewhere. You created that system, the belief system you have. That is why your philosophy is your life. 7.2 billion people on earth, each has a philosophy. Each one of them. The man sleeping under the bridge on a cardboard box in your city has a philosophy under that bridge. And that philosophy is what keeps him under the bridge. So, what we are here to do then is to challenge your philosophy concerning God, concerning the kingdom, concerning your theological system. Look at the last word on that slide. What's the last word? Mentality, the most dangerous thing on earth. Your philosophy is your mentality. It forms your mentality, your mental state. So everything you see is passed through your belief system and then becomes your mentality. Your mentality produces something that we all see, and it's called attitude. Okay, that's where attitude comes from. So your attitude is really the manifestation of your belief, or your belief system producing a conclusion. Your attitude comes from that. So this is the level, that's why I'm calling this session Advanced Philosophical Session. Because I'm taking you to a level that you don't normally think about. And that is, you are a product of ideas you collected over the last 30 years, and you turn them into a system, and you feed everything you hear through that system. The problem is, you live that system, and you can't help yourself. So you can live all your life with the wrong belief system. When you shut the door on your belief system, you stop growing. You are stuck. This is where traditions are created. A tradition is a system that's shut down. It won't allow any new ideas. And can I give you another concept? A system that is shut down, the Bible calls it a stronghold. Now, a stronghold is like a fortress that you got to fight to try to get into. There are some people here tonight who someone bought here, and they already decided they don't believe what I'm talking about. It's a fortress. And those kind of people can sit in a meeting like this and never change. They get locked down. They would smile and everything, but they just decide, I'm just going to believe what I know. They shut the system down. So they stopped growing a long time ago. Let me say something that keeps me very humble. God knows more than he told you. Write that down. That keeps me very humble. What did I say? God knows more than he told you. So don't you ever think you got it. So all of us are on a journey of dumping our ignorance. That's the journey we're on. We are on a journey of getting rid of foolishness. That's our life. Our whole life is about dumping the ignorance that they have given us and replacing it with truth somehow. We got to get it from somewhere. And truth is only found in the manufacturer. Let's talk a little bit about how philosophy affects your belief system. Number one, you cannot become beyond your belief system. This is a very interesting statement I'm making here. You cannot what? Become beyond your belief system. No matter how much you would like to change, you cannot just decide that you're going to change. You've got to deal with a belief system. This is why positive thinking books don't work. How many of you in this room have read positive thinking books and you are still broke? Because those books don't deal with the level I'm talking about. They don't deal with conviction. They deal with mechanics. You know, say to yourself 5 times, I am rich, I am rich, I am rich. And you're still broke. Because wealth is not a matter of words. It's a mentality that has to change. So your philosophy begins with your belief system, and you can't live beyond it.